Good afternoon. I just thought I'd make a short video clip today. I just wanted to talk a little bit about what I've been going through in work. Like I had said last time that they've sent you know people on my job to start fights with me and stuff. A lot of target individuals, they state uh, that they have like a no touch policy or something like that. Practically, I don't believe it's true because like today something happened when which I'm gonna talk about it in a minute. Uh, so I don't believe that there's like a restriction for these gang stalkers or these people that these individuals that we don't know where they come from. Well, I do know, but practically I don't even want to keep on calling them what they are. They know what they are already. I am talking in a way that I am so tired and frustrated about this. Uh, when they send these individuals, which like God said, in His Word, we are, in other words, not fighting against against flesh and blood, but against evil forces. Therefore, we don't know these are, I want to say the word, but demons, fallen angels that we're dealing with. So that's why I just ask that many target individuals are careful out there and precautious. Being a target individual, you can just approach just anybody and think that they have the do not touch kind of thing set, like where they won't touch you, because that's not true. I've gotten into situations where I just tell them, please don't target me, or why are you targeting me? And I tell them in the most calmest way. And I mean, I get attacked by a young girl with dark sunglasses. I can't see her eyes, and it's not the first time this happens. And I'm not even disrespecting them. I'm not even cussing at them. And their sunglasses are very dark and so forth. And or either I ask this young man that is standing right there targeting me. And of course, I don't just like assume things. I mean, I can tell when they're targeting me. As a target individual, you can tell. So whenever they follow me once and then a second time, and then they try to get in front of a car while we're driving, putting the little ones in the midst of getting run over. Now, I know right there and then, or they get in our way, and I know practically how they look, that they are targeting me and my husband and my family. Uh, and I just want to share that basically when they say that as a target individual, they're basically using these individuals to just follow us around, uh, but that we won't be touched if we even tell them not to target us. That is not true. I'm not comfortable with it. I mean, with the fact that they keep on targeting us, and I mean, I know when I'm being targeted, and they keep on following us or getting in front of our vehicles, like throwing themselves in front, having the little ones in front of the vehicle. And they have very dark glasses. I mean, these individuals that they send in our direction, they're meant to do this to practically ruin my life even worse. And I'm being realistically honest. The fact that I'm chubby doesn't mean that I am not an emotional person. You know, practically I've been trying to maintain my weight, but they make me eat a lot. In other words, like not a lot. I mean, I don't eat like a lot, but I try to maintain my weight. But in other words, sometimes they'll make me kind of eat the wrong foods. I guess that's what I meant to say. I try to eliminate a lot of things, and sometimes they'll cause me like cravings to eat the wrong stuff or eat stuff with salt. But anyways, in all this, a lot of people assume that because the way I look or the way I'm chubby, that I am. In other words, I can defend myself at all times, and I never fall in this situation where I'm completely feeling overwhelmed, was it targeting, broken, in a state of confusion. Practically, it's not so. At my job, um, like I don't know, these CIA agents have shown up to talk to my boss. My boss, I can almost guarantee that he's actually just for money. He lets them, in other words, go up the stairs because of course we have like an up in the stairs. Up in the stairs, it's like a it leads us to the restroom and the it leads us to the break room and or lead us to the offices that the boss has upstairs. Thing is, I've been seeing these mysterious CIA guys. Like, you can tell that they're not supposed to. They don't belong there. Whatever. It's like it's a small little warehouse, but you know, I saw these two like CIA guys right when I got there at work early in the morning, running late, of course. Right when I get there, they say good morning, and I'm like, good morning. But actually, I said more like not like a good morning like that. They said good morning, like I'm more like a slightly good morning. Oh, good morning, and I just like look away and look away. But I kind of was looking at them, and then I looked away and threw my bag in the went to the smaller locker room. Since it's a smaller warehouse, we don't have like a big old room to store stuff. Just a little small room with little lockers and stuff. So I went directly straight to my locker room. I mean to the where they have the lockers and threw my bag over the shelf like as usual because I don't have no space in the locker. Point is, as those guys said hi to me, I knew that they seemed like agents or something more. And I got a little bit in fear because I thought to myself, what if they kidnap me? And they kind of pay my boss to take me out of here, and since I heard about the underground and stuff like that, like I told my family, if I don't come back or whatever, basically to try the best to pray, read the Bible, that because there's a price to pay as a target individual. Like I told my family and my husband, and I told my daughter, I was raised a Christian. I knew about Jesus. I just decided to backslide. But then again, it seems like uh, when they state that target individuals, God has chosen most of us. It seems to me like that I may be more likely like one of the elect. But of course, in the same time, many of us can be one of the elect, and we don't know that as target individuals. But in the same time, we're swore to choose sides. In other words, and that's where the situation gets pretty hard at times because when emotions are running so deep and the target individual becomes more in fear because they already know that they're being followed around and their life is being threatened, uh, you know and then they're going through just so much. It's hard to for a person to get themselves right with God, not to cuss. One thing I do that I sometimes curse, and I don't want to do that. It's just more like it's kind of difficult because I kind of think, well, if I am one of the elect, Lord, it's an honor. But then again, I'm kind of like, I get at times I come from work, I'm overwhelmed. And recently, I saw another two different guys, like they weren't the same guys. I also saw they came to the job site and they were walking inside the warehouse, came back out. But since there's like an upstairs and they can look through a window, I kind of get a little bit creeped out. I'm like, shoots like I'm working there in the small little warehouse, and there's like a window that I can look upstairs, and I try to look through that window upstairs. Point is that my boss is upstairs with these strange individuals, two guys that only God knows where they came from. Uh, they don't seem like they belong there, and but it seems like they're targeting me. And at that moment, I've had several days since I posted last video clips, the last two video clips that I got into a state of confusion, fogginess. Uh, at work, I feel very like they're trying to mix up my thoughts, brain fog. They're causing me big confusion, and I feel like extremely like fatigued, like I'm gonna pass out and stuff. Um, and at that moment, I know that they're hitting me with stuff. I try to clock in, clock out, and sometimes that machine keeps on refusing for me to be able to clock in and clock out. And they have, of course, the finger kind of thing that I have to put my finger in there, which I don't like to do that. But being that they're getting close to the rest, the mark of the beast and stuff, I have to just follow procedures, right? But like I told my husband, it's getting very close to it, and I bought myself by the way, a Bible. Thing is, I become overwhelmed, over stressed out. This lady at work that I had met, she told me, "Why do you always eat like lots of vegetables and drink a lot of water? I don't really see you bring meat, bread, something heavy." And she's like, "Why? Wouldn't you eat like we eat?" And she was very curious, and so I went ahead and told her, practically, please, if I tell you the secret, please don't tell anyone at work, because practically I don't care what people think, but it's more like when it comes to the work and the job site, I don't share my personal life with them, because more like they'll be more like, oh, you're crazy or this or that. I'm kind of thinking that they're gonna think that, or I've shared it before with some individuals that at work, and that I think I can trust them, and then all of a sudden, as a target individual, sometimes you just don't know who you can trust. You're thinking you can trust someone, all of a sudden they just backstab you, or they call you crazy and stuff. So point is, the lady said, "I'm open-minded. Yes, I was once, I once heard about Jesus and stuff. I believe in the coming of Christ and that it's very close. You can, let it out and tell me." I was bursting down in tears, because it's been a long time that I've been keeping the fact that how bad I've been targeted for a very long time. Me and my family have been targeted for so long. And I had told this lady that I spoke with that it's been a long time that I hadn't been able to feel comfortable speaking with anybody about what I'm going through. And she's like, "Well, it's nice to hear that you can share your secret with me, because like she told me, because no one knows what other people are going through. I particularly wouldn't know what is it to be a target individual, like what you're experiencing, what you go through every day. Only you know. And so therefore I can't judge you. I can't call you a liar, but it's good for you to let it out and talk about it, because basically I already had heard about, the coming of Christ, and I believe in that, and I'm open-minded about that, about the all this that was going to come to pass, that the Holy Bible, they had said in the Holy Bible how the pastor would preach about stuff like that. She said that she was very open-minded when it came to the Word of God, the end of times, and the mark of the beast and all that stuff. And so anyways, when I let it out with her as how I felt, and that I was being targeted at that moment and being hit with a state of confusion, and I kind of know that when I clock in and clock out, it almost seems like, well, that part I didn't share with her, but my boss is using some kind of device to for it to refuse my clock in and clock out. Last time I had to clock in like 30 times, and my boss just said, "Do it again, do it again. Uh, maybe you're not doing it correctly, Mary." And again and again and again, and I'm like, and he's like, "Well, let me try and enter it in there again." I've had several of those incidents where it happened. It's too much information to talk about it, but I kind of have a feeling that my boss is walking around with this device, and some of the workers are there, sent into the warehouse to target me. And last time I got upset, and I told this guy, "Are you targeting me? Like, what? Why are you talking to me the way you do, and why are you doing this?" Like, there was something that he was doing. I don't recall it, because they kind of like erase my memory sometimes, or try to give me brain fog, or memory lost, and so he's right away. He's like, "Oh no, I'm not a target." But anyways, but I could tell that there's several people sent into the job site to target me. And this guy last time in my job was acting like he was so mentally ill, and I felt like bad. I felt like my heart went out for him, and so I went into helping him, and he acted like he was lost and everything else. All of a sudden, the next day he was acting normal. So there's just like a lot of things occurring with a target. When you're a target individual, you just go through a lot of weird things. Ever since I spoke in the video clip, I mean, there's been some small little people appearing like weird, like from some other planet, kind of Earth, and I don't know, and just like a lot of things just happening. And it's like I said when I spoke with that lady, and I was able to kind of let it out. It's like lots of tears like came out of my eyes, my left and my right eye. I was literally tearing, and she said, "No one knows what you're going through but you." And like I told her, it seems like, and I can almost guarantee that I've been a target since birth, and it's hard. And now more than ever, they're targeting me even harder. So, anyways, getting to the main point today, through CPS, they still have to keep an eye on us like for 2 more weeks with their daughter. I mean, not 2 more weeks, 2 more months, or a month and a half. I don't remember because I have a bad memory. Anyways, at times I have a bad memory, and so anyways, so they still have to do like little home visits here and there. They're about to close the case, thank God. But and God gave me the knowledge to, of course, study the law, and I write a lot of things down. For if I forget, I'm able to still fight and fight for my family's rights and my rights. But right now, I don't have a notebook in front of me, so I may kind of talk a little bit different. But like I said last time, and I'll say it again. Keep in mind, I have an impairment in the left hand side of my head, different parts of my head. It seems like without a pill a day for the nerves. It's like my brain's not functioning anymore. Like in the left hand side, I have the big impairment, and it seems like they're moving towards the right hand side. Like I said, I get a brain fog. I get lost. My husband may be driving me somewhere, and I'm like, where are we at? Are we in the south, east, north? I don't even know what location we're at, or what store are we at. I mean, this is what comes with the fact.